18th week of pregnancy is the first week of the 5th month of pregnancy, which means we can move our number line again. In the 18th week of pregnancy, we have some symptoms and body changes to cover, including one that might be pretty exciting. Of course, we will also cover baby developments, and then we're going to go over what you might be wanting to add to your think and do list this week. We're also going to check in with our mamas that we're following as part of our expecting crew. Welcome to the Birth Toolbox Classroom. I'm Alice, a doula and childbirth educator, going week by week through pregnancy with you. Sounds like it's time for class. What is happening with baby's development this week? At 18 weeks of development, the fetus is between 5.6 and 6.7 inches, which is 14.2 to 17 centimeters in length, which is about the same length as a bell pepper. The weight of the fetus is just about 6.7 to 7.5 ounces, which is about the weight of an iPhone. This week, the fetus is moving their arms and legs more freely, though the movements might still mostly be reflexes. These movements might not just be kicks, but also stretches and flexing this week. Also happening this week, the fetus is practicing swallowing and could start swallowing small amounts of amniotic fluid. There is a lot of growth happening with your body at week 18, and you might notice the appearance of stretch marks. Many women often notice these first on their breast, though they often appear on the abdomen and thighs as well. Another symptom that you might be experiencing this week are mood swings. The changing hormones can cause this impact to your mood. And while this usually comes and goes, if you ever are experiencing a concerning change in your mood or your mental health, please reach out to your care provider. There are treatment options for mood disorders that can occur in pregnancy, and you shouldn't have to suffer without help. By the 18th week, most women are starting to feel the baby move. These movements, they can feel kind of like bubbles or fluttering inside. Now, if you have an anterior placenta where the placenta is attached to the front side of your uterus, you may not be feeling movement yet. I'm going to put a link up here to more information about anterior placentas if you'd like to find out more. Other symptoms you might be experiencing in the 18th week include leg cramps, breast changes, skin changes, heartburn, and gas. Which is why I'm thrilled to announce this week's sponsor, Better Shea Butter. So Better Shea Butter is the maker of this amazing magnesium cream. This is my favorite, which is lavender. I love the smell. I wish you could smell it. And it's great using it for sleep. Now there's also an unscented version of vanilla rose and a peppermint. Now this cream, it contains a high concentration of magnesium, and unlike other magnesium creams that I have tested out, this one is not sticky. It actually has a really luxurious feel on your skin. Better Shea Butter is a small company. It's based in Austin, Texas, and they have a formulation lab inside their warehouse making these products by hand. The company shared with me that these creams were actually created after an employee there who was pregnant was actually also struggling with leg cramps, and they wanted a natural solution. Now their formula, it contains no artificial fragrances, it's fast absorbing, and I'm going to drop a link down below so you can check it out yourself. Thank you so much, Better Shea Butter, for helping us out during pregnancy, and thank you for supporting childbirth education right here on YouTube. Let's check in with our expecting crew and see how week 18 is going for them.
Hi, I'm 18 weeks pregnant, and this week I've been feeling great. I was actually having a little bit of a hard time coming up with what to talk about in this video because I'm just feeling pretty normal aside from, having a belly now. But I think my biggest thing I've been thinking about this week is just, what the little things I need to do to be ready for when the baby comes, just taking advantage of this time of having energy and everything like that.
I am 18 weeks pregnant this week and feeling, pretty good, pretty normal. Getting a little bit of kind of stretching in my abs. They're sort of along my belly. I don't really know where my abs are at this point. A little bit of stretching and some tenderness there, but nothing too much. I had my anatomy ultrasound earlier this week though. It definitely felt like all of the areas the tech needed to really focus on were the areas that were already quite tender for me. So that was a little bit, you just gotta grin and get through that. That was kind of the big thing that's been on my mind that's been happening this week is we had our anatomy ultrasound. So a little bit early, but only because we have some vacation plans coming up. So it was 18 weeks and 1 day. So it was just within the date range for getting that one. But it was really fun, as always, to see baby in there. I was able to confirm that my placenta is definitely anterior, which is why I've been just not noticing as much movement. That this time we're going to find out the sex of the baby. We didn't for my first pregnancy. We kept it a surprise. So we are seeing family in a couple of weeks. So we're going to do like a little reveal event with them, but we're pretty sure we'd like to find out ourselves before and just have our initial reaction to that be private. So we're not totally decided. So we have the envelope, the sealed envelope has just been sitting on our kitchen counter all week while we kind of decide, are we going to open it before we go on this trip to visit our family, and are we going to, keep it a surprise until we get there? I think we'll probably find out, but we're just waiting for the right moment, I guess. So, and then this room behind me will start.
At 4 weeks into the second trimester, you're probably feeling pretty energized this week, which is why I put 3 items on our do side of the board. We are adding childcare, classes, and registry. We had these 3 on the think side of the board earlier, and if you're able to this week, you can take some action on these. Now, I often have couples purchase my childbirth class in their second trimester and then put them on their schedule for their third trimester. Now, have you made any decisions regarding childcare? This one often sneaks up on people, so that's why I made sure to put it on the do side this week. And the registry is fun, but can take a little bit of work, so if you have energy, take action on that this week. Hey, before you go, make sure you're getting our weekly newsletter. I'll drop the link in the description below, and you can also find it at birthtoolbox.com/newsletter. I hope your 18th week of pregnancy is a great one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can easily follow along through the weeks ahead. See you next week.